You guys, happy Sunday. Welcome to Sunday Q&A number 10. So we'll wait until some of you guys get on here. I think this is a good lighting so you guys can see the background. Happy Sunday, you guys. For those of you who are new to my channel, I do a Q&A Sunday every single Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard, where I will help you, I will help answer your questions. Any question you guys have about wholesaling houses, whether it's virtually, whether you're going out meeting the seller, any question you have, drop it in a comment and let me know. Happy Sunday, you guys. The rules to the new live stream is that the new rules to the live stream is whenever you get on, you got to smash that thumbs up for me. Anyone that just gets on, you got to smash that thumbs up, letting me know that you guys are live right now with me. So that's the new rules. When you enter a live stream, on my live stream, smash that thumbs up. You guys, I want to say I am so sorry for yesterday. I'm sorry. Sorry for yesterday live stream for the Saturday deal or no deal. I'm so sorry. This one works. Yes. My iPad just needs to be updated. So I went and unplugged my router. I called Comcast. I did everything, but it was my iPad that needed to be updated. And I felt so bad the whole day. I told my wife to give me some more time. I tried to get on, do a couple live, but you guys was not on. It was a bad timing. So anyways, let me give you guys some shout out here. The new rules, right when you enter my live stream, you gotta smash the thumbs up, letting me know that, hey, I'm live with you. Oh my gosh, Jin, dude, the power is here. Jin, happy Sunday, man. Human, happy Sunday. Omar, happy Sunday. Sean Johnston, happy Sunday. Ray, happy Sunday. Nigel, buddy, happy Sunday. What's good? Thumbs up already. Smash, that's right. So, Nigel, you're on. I want to let you guys know, for those of you who purchased my Amazing Seller Script package deal, I'm going right now. I'm trying to edit another live call that I had with the seller. This deal here, I'm going to share with you guys on the next Friday deal. It came from our website. The property worth about like $350 or something like that, and the seller wants $250. All right, so they wanted $250, but I was able to talk to her on the phone. I was going to pay. I think the most we can go on that one was like about $220 or $225. And I, just by asking her the questions and going through, I got her to come all the way down to 200 all by, I got her to come down to 200,000. So for those of you who purchased the package deal, I'm going to edit it. I'm working on edit it, and then I'm going to send it out to you guys. I want to add more value and more value. I'm going to work on a couple of other live calls that I have with you guys, because I think that is the key to this business if you want to virtually wholesale, is being able to communicate and getting those locked up under contract over the phone. So I'm going to edit some couple calls and I'll send it to you guys. All right, no extra charge, all in. Let me see here. I want to give you guys a couple shout out. Dermon J, probably pronounced it wrong, but what up? Happy Sunday. James Stanley, happy Sunday. I can't pronounce it. Valdu, happy Sunday. Billy, happy Sunday. So you guys, any question, drop it in the comment. I just took the wife to get her nails done. Grab myself a Starbucks, and I'm ready for you guys. I want to be able to make it back, make up for it for yesterday. Kong, or where are you getting your list from? List source, human list source. D. Lee. Hey, comment and let me know if you guys are interested in this BLAP. So, I know a lot of you guys wanted me to create a private Facebook group. Oh man, I'm really debating if I want to create one or not, but if I were to create one, how many of you guys would like that idea? All right, so that way we can go on there, we can network with each other, we can take pictures, snap it, share it, whatever we want. But I want you guys to know that, I want you guys to know up front is that I won't have time, you know, I don't want to create another page and then having a commitment to you guys where you guys ask a question where I got to go on there and answer right away, etc. And that's kind of one of my concerns as well, because I felt like if I created that, I feel like there's another commitment that I have to do. But if you guys are okay with that, and not expect a whole lot of me, not expecting a high, a lot of me out of it, then yes, I would love to do it. So you guys can go on there and network with each other, share ideas, etc. But if you guys like that, when we hit 5,000 subscribers, maybe that's something I would do. If we get 100 thumbs up in this video, there you go. But I think it's a great idea. I mean, there's, a lot of times where YouTube, I can't just, a lot of times my wife and I go on now or something like that, I want to snap a picture and send it to you guys, but can't do it on YouTube. B-Lack, happy Sunday. Joe Dirt, what up? Happy Sunday. Eric, let's go. Happy Sunday. Miggy, question mark. Miggy, happy Sunday. I'm not sure what the question mark is, but we're here. We're live. When is the new car coming? Oh man, talk about the new car. They're supposed to have an agent just sent me a text. It's supposed to come mid-May. Since you remind me, I'm going to text the guy right now and see, because they're supposed to, I guess today is the day that they complete putting my car together. And today I'm supposed to get a estimated delivery date. But from the last time that I know, it was supposed to arrive in mid-May. And I'm so excited. I can't wait. I wanted to share with you guys. It's not going to turn into a car review channel. I promise it's not going to turn into a car review channel. Just want to take it around, show you guys. And man, that car been on. I saw that car in 2015. It's been on my vision board since 2015, and and I finally got it. But in 2015, I set the goal to be, when I do my first $100,000 wholesale deal, one deal that made $100,000, then I'm just gonna go ahead and use that money and buy the car. But then I was like, oh man, it's too. And then I got it, and then I was being cheap, so I extended the goal to be, hey, when I do a first $100,000 per month, then I go get the car, and then that happens. That happens in 2017 last year, and my wife decided to get it for me on my birthday. I'm sorry, was it 17 or 16? No, 2017, I'm sorry. 2017 on my birthday. So she actually got it for me 2018. Well, we hit the goal for 2017. That was the goal, to do $100,000 per month wholesaling, just wholesaling, not a rental, not anything else, but just wholesaling. And we did it. So I was so excited. I was so pumped, man. I wake up every day and I say, yep, I gotta go get it. I gotta go get it because I want my car. I want my car. And that's, and it's exciting now. If you want more subscribers faster, like Max, you need a Facebook group. All right, Jen, when we're at 5,000, if you guys don't expect a lot out of me in that Facebook group, like going in there, answering questions right away, etc., then I would more than happy to do it so you guys can network with each other. What is a good skip tracing company you like to use? The one that we're using, B-Lack, is, is Checkmate. Yeah, Instant Checkmate. That's the one that we're using. Eric, what's your thought on ringless voicemail? To be honest with you, Eric, we haven't really tried that. We haven't really tried the ringless voicemail yet, because right now we're just trying to manage our marketing budget, and we've spent so much money in direct mail, and also too is some on PPC. We don't do much of Facebook ad, but PPC and 10% on other source, but we haven't really put some money into the ringless voicemail. I was going to chat with my mentor about that, because he has a friend that actually has that system, where I'll probably meet up with him in June when I go to Maryland, and then we're going to sit down, and then we're going to try to see how we can get in and test it out and see how, and actually get some, and see how it works. But I would definitely let you guys know about the ringless voicemail, RVM. Omar, definitely where's the most attention is Facebook. All right. Okay. Jacqueline's, what up? Happy Sunday. Don't do it, man. Wife will get pissed off. Maggie, the Facebook, Yeah, she's already complaining I'm spending too much time with you guys on YouTube. Big D, what up? Happy Sunday. That's why if you guys don't expect a whole lot of me out of it, then I'm more than happy to do it. We got 38 people on and only 21 likes. For those of you who are just coming on, you guys must have not know the rules. When you enter this live stream, you gotta smash that thumbs up. Let me know that you're here and live with me right now. You guys, this is your day. This is Sunday Q&A, so drop in a comment. Ask me any question about wholesaling houses, virtually or not. Drop it in the comment. I'll do my best to answer it. And if I don't know the answer to it, I'll completely be upfront. Let you guys know I don't know. Maggie, you already give enough with the YouTube. I know. ABE59, what up? Happy Sunday. How do I get the contract to start wholesaling houses? You can pop that questions in the Facebook group or go on Bigger Pockets. The Facebook group is Wholesaling Houses Full Time. Or you can purchase my package deal. It includes all the contract, but the biggest thing is the seller script and some live call with the seller in there as well. But I have all the contract in the package deal, which is, the purchase and sell between you and the seller, the assignment, the addendum contract, the end buyer contract, the purchase and sell contract between you and the end buyer if you want to do a double closing, etc. Sean Johnston, can you say how many rental you have and what kind they are? You get more soon. Yeah, Sean, no problem. So my wife and I were at the point where we're up to 16 units. We have sold 2 of our duplexes already, and the reason why is because when we bought them so low, and so we're down. So from 16 now we're down to 12 units. And the reason why we decided to sell, because our goal was to buy when it's low, and then when we had that appreciation where we made enough money already in it, is to now, especially now the market is hot, we want to unload, stack up the cash, and then when the market do a correction, that will be the last time that we're going to buy and actually hold until for our retirement. And the goal for a rental is to get to $100,000 plus net per month on a rental. So that's going to take quite a bit of units. But I think the last time that we'll buy it is when this market here is going to make a correction. So right now we're trying to unload. We're going to sell another duplex or so, and on each one of these we made over 100,000 on it because I bought them so low. And so that is our goal for our rental, is to dump it, stack the cash, wait until the market make a correction, dump all the money back into rental, and then go hit the beach. And then go hit the beach with you guys. Man, I want to answer all you guys' questions if I could here. But our rental right now, we have no money into our rental. We bought it low. We go in there, we add value, which is we fix it up, and then I do a refinance every 6 months. You got to do a refinance, and that's how people leverage. But you got to make sure you don't want to over leverage, right? You don't want to pull more money out of your rental and if it doesn't cash flow. So my whole thing is I stick with the 1% rule. If I can refinance and have all my money in, and let's just say if I got a mortgage on it for $100,000, and if my rent is $1,000, my goal is to cash flow per unit, so per door, $250 per month. After all the expenses is paid, after all the mortgage, all the loans, so after everything is taken care of, maintenance, everything is to net $250 $250 per unit per door. Then I'll refinance it. So right now we have no money into our rental. I took all of my money back out, and some of our rental we bought them so low where when we refinanced the bank, so I took back all my money and plus some extra money that the bank gave me on it because of the difference. And so we have no money in our rental, and it's cash flow every single month. Renter is paying down, and it it appreciates. So that is your goal for rental. Let me see here. Man. List source, got it. What type of list have you been bringing good ROI? We also do, probates, but anything with high equity, out-of-state owner, even in-state owner, but if they don't live in the property, or even if they live in property, we're targeting anybody that has equity in the property. As long as they have 40% or 50% or more in their house, we're targeting those people, and we're hitting every single month. for 6 months straight. Then we go and then we hit another set, and then we come back and we hit them again. Shaw. Oh man, you guys must laugh when I pronounce his name. Shaw Ethan, Eaton. What up? Happy Sunday. David Thompson, happy Sunday. Have you wholesale fire destroyed property? Dude, yes. I was gonna make a video and share that with you guys. Firehouse is where I made my largest well, not necessary, but I did two. We actually wholesale. Okay, I flipped on one. All right, when I first started, my second, I think it was my third. Yeah, my third rehab was a firehouse. I know nothing about construction, you guys. It was a mess. It was so crazy. I didn't know that you have to call 811 before you dig, right? Before you dig, I didn't know you have to call 811. And guess what I did? Guess what I did? I sent people out there, start digging, and and the guy dig, and he broke. I don't know what he hit, but he hit a major phone line or something like that, and it wiped out the whole neighborhood. Not the whole neighborhood, but everybody in that street. I don't know how, but it wiped out all their phone line. I got a call from the city, and I got this guy that was running his business based on that phone line. He calls me, he said, Kong, I'm gonna sue you. Oh man, I was so scared. He said, you caused my business issue, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna sue you. And then anyways, I called him back, chat with him, went out and meet up with him at his house. And I went in there and I chat with him, obviously, coming out there knowing that I was wrong, and I show him massive, massive respect. I come in, I bow down to him, I was like, hey, I'm so sorry, etc. So I start sitting down there, we start talking a little bit business, I explained to him what the situation is, and then I walk away talking about another piece of property that I'm going to buy from the guy. But he came in, he was a nice guy, and he knew that I was in this business, and I was sharing with him, I just recently started in this business. There's a lot of mistakes that I made. I completely apologize. I didn't know. And just being completely honest with him and walk away. We're talking about a property that he ended up wanting to sell, but we ended up didn't do a deal on it. But man, that's the firehouse. Man, it took me that rehab when I first go into it. Let me tell you guys some rehab. When I first go into that initial rehab, the potential was to make $150K net. All right, after everything. So the rehab cost, I bought it for $90,000. The rehab cost should be around $80,000 to $90,000 to put in perfect condition, sell it, and make $150,000. Well, guess what? I still end up making great money. That house there, I end up making $100,000 on it net after all the realtor commission. But it took me over a year, like a year and a month or a year and 2 months. And oh man, I had so much headaches. That house gave me so much headaches. But I learned so much from it, and I learned so much from it, and I learned so much from it. But we walked away, we made 100, and on that deal there, I had to split half of it with my mentor because that was the deal. The deal was he was going to mentor me, charge me $25,000, and split the first 3 deal. But man, I learned so much. But I'm not going back to rehab. Once I wholesale, I ain't going back to rehab. So David, that was my first firehouse. My second firehouse, I wholesaled it and made $50,000 in I think it's 50 or 45,000 in like 12 days. So no more rehab for me. I'm just not good at it, and I'll let somebody else just take over that headaches. Tony, what up? Happy Sunday. LC3 Properties, what up? Happy Sunday. Lulu, happy Sunday. Nigel Kong, do you market for your online leads, and how much money do you spend per month? Nigel, are you talking about PPC? Do you market for your online leads? Yes, we do PPC. I think we put our budget on it is roughly about between $500 to $1,000 per month on it. So far, I think we actually closed 3 or 4 deals already. Oh yeah, so this one here, Nigel, I'm gonna send you guys the recording. I'm gonna send you guys the recording. I just need to edit it, and I hate edit this because I gotta take out all their personal information. And when I talk to seller, I say their name so much that that's the one thing I gotta edit out. But I got her down to from 250 down to 200, and we're gonna make. We already have a buyer on it already. We're gonna close it. This Friday, and we found the buyer within the next day. And the buyer drove by, didn't want to do walkthrough inspection, boom, pull the trigger, and I'm gonna make 50G on it this coming week. So that was one day. She called her back, got her locked up under contract, one phone call, sent it out to the buyer. The next day, sold the deal. What car is the C63? It's the AMG C63S, 510 horsepower, 516 feet of torque, 0 to 60, 3.9 second. Man, playing all cash for 100K car is crazy. Jin, Sean, do you have a one-page contract? If not, what does your contract look like? Sean, ours is a 4-page contract. Everything in there is going to protect you as a buyer, and my contract gives you all the way up to the day of closing to back out if you needed to, without losing your earnest money. But typically, man, if it comes to that point, I would have just tell the seller to keep the earnest money. But my contract will protect you all the way until the day of closing to back out if you need it, and it protects the buyer 100%. And how I know that is because on one of the seller, she was having. So we went in, we told them up front, hey, this is what we needed to do. And this is what we need to do. We need this X amount of time. She knows that we're gonna go and inspect the property, and then she got upset because I think we took about 15 days or so, and she was upset because the house was worse than what she said. She said it's 20 to 25,000 to fix it up. We went out there, it's more, our buyer went out there, it's more of a teardown. She got upset. She took the paperwork, got into her attorney. Her attorney shoot me an email and said, hey, you know what? We're gonna take you out to court. I said, well, you should read my contract over again. And he read the contract over again and knew that we had the right in there, that there is a contingent for us as a buyer to make sure that we want to move forward before we close on the house, right? We want to move before we move forward. That everything that we need to know, that we need to be satisfied with the inspections of the property, that we got to be satisfied with it before we move forward. I talked to the attorney, look at it if you want. So we look at it and never heard from them again. So yes, I know that our contract protects you 100%. And remember, when you talk to seller, do not use the word contract. Use the word agreement. Just don't use the word contract. It scares them. It makes them look deeper into it. And it's not like we're hiding anything. I tell my seller when we send out, please have whoever it is that you need to review it. We want to make sure you understand everything on there. If you have any question, please don't hesitate. Give me a call, text, email me. I'll be more than happy to answer any question you have. So the thing is, we're not hiding anything, but we don't want them to show and get attorney or whoever it is, and they just nitpick every single thing. So don't say the word contract, just say the word agreement, okay? I've used them both. When I say contract, people get all worried. And when I say, oh yeah, we're gonna send you over the agreement, please review it. If you have any question or concern, please let us know. We're more than happy to go over it with you. And our whole thing is, we're not in it to scam anybody. We're not in it to scam anybody. We tell them exactly up front what's going to happen, etc. There's going to be times where we got to go out there. We got to send our partner a contract to go out there to look at a property and things like that. So we're not coming in there trying to take their property for free or tie them down where if they don't want to sell to us, they must commit. No, I never had any problem with tying seller up on a contract and they decided they didn't want to back out and sell it to somebody else. If that even happened, I'll just cancel it and let the seller do whatever they wanted to do. I wouldn't go after them. LC3 property. You have I got a question about a deal. Drop it in the comment. Let's get it answer. Random review. Dude, how big is your... Oh, dude, come on, man. How can I get a binding contract legally? I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. But when the contract between you and the seller become binded is when the earnest money has been received by a title company. Contract become binded and legal. Tessa Mac, Tessa MC, happy Sunday to you. How do you analyze a retail / rental like a storefront property? MC, okay, so to be honest with you, I have never wholesale a retail store or a store commercial property like storefront before. I have done like property, right? I mean, anything above 5 units is also considered commercial when it comes to apartment. But how you on rental property is probably the cap rate and cash on cash depending on the investor. But there's so you have to get the rent and then calculate the cap rate. If you want to wholesale it, you got to make sure what kind of cap rate people are buying in that area. All the houses in my market are over 200 to 300K. How do I make money? Would I need to the it up for 100K? Oh man. Value, I'm not sure exactly what your question is. All the houses in my market are over 200-300K. To me, that's a good sign. So that's good. So which means, so like I said, I like to target between 150 to 350, 350 or 400 houses price. Those are the price range where you can make a larger assignment fee, and then places where the house is like fixed up all nicely, you can buy them for 40,000. It's hard to make 30 or 40,000 in those kind of market. Value, I'm not exactly sure what your question is, but if I haven't answered, drop me another comment, ask me again, and I'll make sure we can answer it. Mike, hey Kong, where do you think is a good spot to find a mentor? If I were you, I would try to find somebody. So, I mean, there's a lot of places like Bigger Pockets, right? Bigger Pockets, you can start networking with people on there. There's people on the house, the wholesaling houses full time. But when you post that kind of questions, there's just going to be a lot of people that comes on and try to, hey, mentor, pay. So you got to understand that. So Mike, you got to know that there are places to find mentor. You can go to attend your local RIA, see if you can find some mentoring there. But you got to understand that there is a price in life to everything, all right? So when you are wanting to mentor, you got to go and, to me, find a mentor that's actually doing and not just teaching, all right? And if you haven't seen my video, not just doing or not just teaching, but they're actually doing it in today's market, because those are the one that's like an updated GPS. They're able to give you all the updated information as far as marketing. But the key things to me, right now, in my business, right now, you guys, if you guys took away everything, just leave me with one thing. And that is, let me have my script on how to talk to seller. You can market, but if you can't, like right now, so basically your information, if you can't take your information and transfer it to your employee, how are you going to train up a team? Right now, we can take our script, we can hand it to our employee, anybody we hire. Doesn't matter who we bring onto the team, as long as they can speak English, right? As long as they can speak English and good at it, all they need to study the script, the calls comes in, they talk to the seller just like I would, take the deal down, and our girls are able to do that. So to me, if you're going to find a mentor, make sure that they can train you in that area. When I first started, that was the toughest thing I was able to find. When I go to these seminars, you guys, they were telling me, oh yeah, you know what? So, okay, let me tell you guys a story. When I went to a seminars, this guy said that, hey, you know what? I'm going to help you guys, I'm going to help you guys get some deals under contract with some seller. And the promise was to get on some live call. Never happened. I'll tell you guys why it never happened. Because it's not something that he's doing. It's something he's teaching. All right? It's not something you're doing. It's something you're teaching. And also, too, is let me tell you guys this. when you talk to seller, it sounds different all the time. So you don't have an exact platform of what question to ask, how to say it, or even if you get on a phone call. To me, the key is listening to the live phone call with your mentor or whoever it is, right, on the call, so you can listen to how the seller, like how that person talks, and also to what kind of question does the seller ask, and how do I come back, and how do I respond to that. And I promise you, if you don't know how to talk to seller, you're gonna lose on a lot of deals. All right. Knowing what I know now, that would be the only thing that I need, is let me know how to talk to seller like I do now, and I can forget the rest. I can learn the marketing. It's really easy. You find a company, you just go on ListSource, pull the ListSource pull the list of all property that are high equity, consistent with your marketing network, and then once the call comes in, you just sit back, take the call down like a pro, and then tie the deal up on the contract. But when you, okay, and Mike, when you find that mentor, ask him the question, him or her. Ask him a question, hey, would you put me on some live call with the seller? And you will soon know if they're the real deal or the fake deal. Do they actually do this, or are they just teaching? Because if they do it, it's a daily based thing, and it'll be natural. It'll be natural. They get on the phone, they'll talk to the seller, and you will know if they're good or not. If they're not good, you can tell right away. And if they can't teach you how to talk to seller, then that's going to be an issue, because that's, to me, that's so important. Jin Woo, making about 1K call a day. Are you sitting? Starting in 30 minutes. For real, bro? Dude, that's a lot. Omar, did you hear about Zillow announcement? No. Is it kind of like, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, Omar. Is that they'll let seller go on there, and they'll tell you how much, punch in the information, and they'll give you an offer on Zillow to buy your property. Is that correct? Tell me if I'm wrong. Richard Gitzman, happy Sunday. I got a potential deal with an agent. What clause should I get put in the traditional contract so I can assign it? Okay, Richard, all you need to do is put and or assign. Just tell the agent, hey, whatever the purchaser name is, whatever the purchaser name is, put and or assign right next to it. And all I need in there is a contingent upon inspection. So just put in there and or sign next to the buyer's name, and also to a contingent, inspection contingent, and you're good to go. And remember, try to get as much days you can on the inspection. Typically the normal they want on the traditional contract with an agent is like 10 to 15 days. But try to ask them, hey, I might need 20 days. My partner's out of state right now, or he's flying, he's on vacation, whatever it is. But try to get as much time as you can. But typically it's 10 to 15 days. As long as you have the inspection clause, a contingent inspection, you're good to go, Richard. You'll be able to get your earnest money. If for some reason you have to back out of the deal, can't find a buyer, or you don't want to move forward with buying it. And the inspection, you don't need to hire an inspector or anything like that. You can just tell them, hey, you know what, we did our research. We looked at the property, or, we did a research, and this deal's not going to work. Tyrone, happy Sunday, lovely wholesaler. Hey, happy Sunday. Alexander, happy Sunday. I'm a fan. Thanks, Alexander. Manfred, happy Sunday. Hey, happy Sunday. Interested in any deals or no deals today? Manfred, drop it in the comment. Since I wasn't able to do that yesterday, I'm completely sorry. I apologize to you guys. Like I said, the channel wouldn't be where we are today if it weren't for you guys. So I want to add value. I want to add value to you guys, and that's the only way that I can say thank you. So Manfred, drop it in the comment. Let's see if we can get one knocked out right now. Harrison and Sophia, happy Sunday. What's the best way to get SEO for your Investor Carrot website? Well, right now we work with a guy. He's also on Investor Carrot. But he does SEO and PPC on the side for us. His name is Adrian. I don't know what his last name is. But you should contact him. Just email him and say, hey, I want to speak to Adrian, or whatever it is. He'll be able to contact you. Harrison, I hope I answered your questions. Lovely wholesaler, do you recommend targeting pre-foreclosure? Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, that their motivation is they don't want to lose the house. They have X amount of time to get the house sold before they go into foreclosure and lose everything. Yes, but in my states, you technically can't target those kind of people. It has to go through an agent because of the laws here. But we send out our marketing, and if they decided to approach us, now that's different. How much time do you spend with someone who is looking for full price and what to say? Tyrone Wright, I have all that covered for you in the script, my Amazing Seller script package. But typically, if they want full price, I don't spend a whole lot of time with it. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time with them. I just go ahead and tell them. That, you know, we hope that you can understand as an investor, we need to make some kind of a gain when we buy. So in this, in this moment, the prices you're asking for, there's really no reason or motivation for us to buy. So please give us a call back when you are ready to sell, to an investor, but not at that price. All right. So you can say something like that and just let them know. Thank you a lot for the call. We really appreciate it. But when you do change in price, give us a call back at that time. We're more than happy to make you a no risk, no obligation cash offer within 24 to 48 hours. And you guys, in my package deal, I always tell you guys this: represent a company, don't represent yourself, okay? Because when you represent yourself, guess what happened when you call and talk to a seller or a seller call you, and if they ask you a question you don't know, now because you are a professional real estate investor, this is what you buy, this is what you want to, this is what you do for a living, and why do you not know an answer to this, right? So when they call you, and if they ask you something, how do you not know an answer to this, right? So I always tell you to represent a company, not yourself, because when they ask you a question, any question you don't know, this is how you respond, you guys. And I got much more covered in the, think about it. So I want you guys to think about it now. So if a seller asks you a question, if you knew in this business, how would you answer it? Drop me a comment and let me know. How would you answer if I ask you a question? Okay, so what are the closing costs? Considered of? Right? Oh, so what do you have to pay as a buyer? What do I have to pay as a seller? I would like to know that. Or any other questions that they might ask. What would you guys respond? And I'll share with you guys what I would respond. And I'll share with you why it works so well for us when I start shifting and represent my company, the whole company on behalf of the company instead of myself. The negotiation tensions become less. Instead of I directly negotiate with them, because now they're like, oh yeah, Kong want to get it low and he want to buy it cheap and so their guard is up. But when you are just, let's just say you call in Comcast or you call whatever, and then you start negotiating with price on your Comcast deal, right? On your Comcast deal, I have done it. I call in and negotiate with the Comcast deal. And they're like, well, Kong, we can't do that for you. Something that I have to go through with my purchase manager, etc. And so it's like you're like, oh, okay, so it's not him. So to me the tension will be less. Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying to find. In my opinion, there's a lot interest buyer for fire property. Yes, as long as the price is right. As long as the price makes sense. Can you use a title company in your state if you are doing a deal out of states? Samuela? No, it has to be in the states that you are. As far as I know, the title company has to be in that states that you're looking to wholesale in. Because I've tried it, and my title company said no. You have to find a title company in that state. How do you get your 4-page contract agreement? How do we get Alexandra? It's all included in my package deal. Now I know some of you will say that Kong, it's expensive, it's too much, but I promise you that the value that thing gives back to you, what if you don't know how to talk to seller and you lose on a deal that could have potentially made you 5, 10, 15, 20, 50, 100,000, and not just that, you'll be able to use this and build a team out of it. And you'll be able to use this and build a team. let's just say if you don't want to talk to seller and you got somebody that's good at talking to, good on the phone, all you do is, if you have the money, you can hire them, study the script, and I promise you, they'll be able to take down deals just using that. Because if we can train any girls on our team to do it using exact that format, so can you. But as standard, it include the contract, purchase and sell contract, and the addendum contract, the double closing contract. I got everything in there covered for you. Okay. In your opinion, there's a lot. Okay. What do you say when someone calls the postcard and don't know which house? I'm sorry, I'm just checking to see if my wife texts me. If the boss texts, I gotta run. Hold on a second. And also, too, I want to let you guys know that, most of you saying, hey, Kong, you start selling products, etc. Let me tell you guys this. In life, there is really nothing. There's really never something for nothing. And this is my wife and I has put our time, we have put in our dues and our time already to get to the point now where I put that all together for you guys for the price of $495. It cost me to mentorship all the program that we had to over $100,000. And to me, this is the soul, the key to our business is the talking to the seller. So I don't know how whatever that is worth to you, that's what it will be, I guess. Can you, I'm sorry, I didn't ask your questions. I need to answer your questions. What do you say when someone calls a postcard and don't know which house? Well, you ask them. Rodrigo, happy Sunday. Then you just ask them. I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. Are you saying when the seller calls in and they got your postcard and you don't know what property? Then you ask them. So what property are you hoping to sell? So you got to ask them that question when they call in. Typically in the script, I'll share with you guys when the seller calls in. I want to get them to know right away before I spend more time is, are you calling in because you have a property you're hoping to sell? If you don't, then thanks a lot for calling. Maybe a lot of them just called in and just want to know what's going on here and what your company's all about. So you want to limit the time and just let them know, find out right away, are they calling because they have a house or a property they're interested in selling? If not, then just end the call quickly, but be nice, Darren Jackson, happy Sunday. Come on, you guys, mash those thumbs up. I should have seen 46 thumbs. For those of you who's coming on new and who haven't smashed that thumbs, you must have forgot the rules. Smash that thumbs up when you just arrived. Because of what I did yesterday, I'm going to try to make up as much as I can for you guys. Amer Power Warrior, Pro Warrior, can non-U.S. citizen be wholesale real estate in the U.S.? You mean if you have a green card? Yes. Because when I was, yes. I know that people from Israel is wholesaling over here. So I know that people in other countries do it as well. But please verify that's just my guess. I know people with green card that has a green card don't have to be a U.S. citizen and they can do it too. He's good at selling his products. Man, a lot of times I don't want to make it sound. Once upon a time, wholesale is a hard hustle. Once upon a time, yes, I agree with you that when you start out in this business, it's not easy. All right, it's not easy. And a lot of people say, well, there's too much competition. Dude, any business there's going to be competitions, and every business, if you want to succeed, it's not easy. It's going to be hard. It's only going to be for those that succeed. It's the one that push harder when you start out with very little, no money, no connections, no capital. You have to push even harder. People with talents and people without talent, the one without the talent has to go 10x, 10 times the amount of hard work the other one that has the talent, all right? So, but once upon a time, yes, it is. But man, once you figure out how to do it, once you have it down, you won't believe how much easier it is. it's actually very, very simple once you know how to do it. And it always, the first one is the hardest. Once you knock that one down, the rest will be easy. And it's just one by one by one by one. It's really, so yes, when you first start out, it's going to be tough. But once you know how to do it already, trust me, it becomes easy. Some deals, I get it all done just over text messages. Never talk to seller, never talk to buyer. And and I was able to get it all done over a text message. At first, it's going to be overwhelmed, complicated, etc. Medium house price for my market is around 200K. What is your James Stanley? 200K, great market. You mean ARV 200,000? That's a great market. For us right now is depending the area, but between about that same as yours, between the 200 to 400, 450, 500. But to me, 200 price range area is it's a good market. People that have that kind of cash, there's more people that have that kind of cash than people that are in the market that are like 800, 900, or $1 million, $1 million market. And you're not in the low market where houses in perfect condition are like, 100,000 or 60,000 or 40,000. It's hard to get a spread, but $200,000 market, you can make $100,000 wholesale fee, as long as the price is, as long as you can get it low enough. But you should be able to average. So James Stanley, your average fee in that market, to me personally, you could easily make a assignment fee of 20 to 25K per assignment fee, no problem. Daniel, can't pronounce your last name. So Daniel, hey Kong, you said this Friday you are going to make 50G. Do you apply the 30% rules? Daniel, the 30% rules, yes. And now I also want to tell you is that in this, you got to know your market and you got to know your buyer. And depending on your buyer, some of my buyers don't need the 30% off. And that's where I make my largest assignment fee, is for those that don't need the 30% in this market. And you got to know your market, because some market, it's going to take you a long, long time to get the 30%. But if you know your market and what people are buying for, how hot the market is, and if you know your buyer as well, how much they're looking to make, then it's easier for you to tie deal up on the contract, because you can pay the seller now, instead of 30% discount, you're willing to go up to 20, 25%, 20%. Okay? Does that make sense? So it doesn't necessarily need to be the 30% discount if you know your buyer and you know your market, because I tied you up on the contract. The 30% is just a rule of thumbs that throughout the U.S. that's what people buy, all right? That investor buy, all right? But in some area, you might even have to get it lower than 30% because of the area. But for me, right now, I'm able to tie more deal up on contract because the amount of buyers that I have. Some of these guys willing to pay up to 20%. Some will pay. Some only need 15% discount, depending on the market. And I'm able to tie more deal up on the contract that way. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If not, drop me a comment. Let me know. The Landscaper Guru, what up? Happy Sunday. Buy Kong script. He's absolutely right. You need to know exactly what to say when a motivated seller calls you. All success salespeople use to have used the script because they work. Now, Landscaper Guru, man, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And let me tell you guys this. When I was, when I was first merging into the business as well, I heard people say, oh, script, buy script. I keep on thinking, well, I don't want to sound like a robot. I don't want to sound like a robot, right? I don't want to read from the script. I don't want to sound like a robot. I want to sound like me. But to sound like me, you must need to know what to say and what to ask, all right? And there's techniques I teach you guys in there how to negotiate. You just don't, it's not about asking the question, it's how you ask the question, the tone of voice, etc. So I was so turned off by all people saying use the script, buy script. I want to sound like me. I want it to be normal. I want it to be natural. I don't want to sound like a robot. So let me tell you what the script is for. A script is just giving you kind of now I might use the wrong word. It gives you kind of a foundation of what you need to ask. And once you learn how to ask, once you know these, memorize these questions, all right? And that's what the key is what kind of questions should you ask the seller? Well, what kind of questions should you ask them so they can drop the price? Well, what if they ask me something I don't know? How do I close the deal with the seller, right? How do I get the commitment to sell the property and close with them over the phone? Who does that, right? Who would sell their property? It's not a $20 product. It's not a $50 product. It's not a $100 product. How would somebody sell a $50,000, $100,000 or half? I have tied property up in a contract over at $950,000 just over the phone, right? But why would people do that? It's how you execute and close them and lock them in. That's the thing. And that's the thing I was missing before too, is asking the question. But once I get how do I lock them? How do I lock them? How do I close? Just like Uncle G said, how do you close them, right? You can pitch, but you got to close. And I'll show you guys how to do that with my amazing seller scripts. I feel like I'm selling, man. But I truly believe that it is the products that you need, and it's for those of you who are just like me. It might not be for everybody, all right? It might not be for everybody. Do you use to have an LLC to do this? Do you need? No, you don't. Lovely wholesaler, you don't need an LLC to do this. You can put everything under your name, but if you are committed to this business to make it successful, and if this is what you want to do, then if I were you, I would. Okay, I would, because when you put on the purchase and sale agreement, you want to put under an LLC, so now the seller know that, hey, you're with the company. But like I said, if you don't want to do it or you don't have the money for it, then maybe you want to do your first deal just under your name, all right? And just under your name, but you can still represent a company, right? You can still represent a company like a partnership. You don't have a name yet, but you just tell the seller, hey, I gotta go through and get my approval for my team or my partner, whatever it is. But don't just be yourself, but let them know that they gotta pass a wall just beside you. Does that make sense? So you don't need it, but if you are committed and serious, then yes. Candace Bogan, how do you pay taxes? I'm not sure what you mean by taxes. All right, you guys, I gotta go. But thank you so much for every single one of you. I've tried to really answer you guys' questions, but the wife is done, so I'm gonna go pick her up, and maybe I'll jump back on a little bit later. If I have some time, I'll jump on a little bit later to help you guys out with any more questions you guys have, or maybe do one of you guys' deal. All right, you guys take care. Thank you so much for every single one of you guys that able to join me live. I'm so sorry that I couldn't give you guys all a shout out, so I apologize. Marketing LLC, hey, happy Sunday. Anybody else? Ricky, happy Sunday. The TN8989, happy Sunday. Brian, happy Sunday. Max Sanchez, happy Sunday. Killer Clown, happy Sunday. I am I'm a ref. Happy Sunday. Samiti, happy Sunday. Cami in the way, happy Sunday. You guys, thank you so much. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.